Hi everyone, welcome to the class. Today we'll try to discuss with the competitive exam preparation for the unit biomolecules. So we'll start with the NCERT exemplar type 1 questions for the unit biomolecules. Again, the unit is a very good weightage unit for all the competitive exams, as all the concepts are theoretical based, easily you can remember and you can attempt to get a good score. So we'll start with the first question. Glycogen is a branched chain polymer of alpha D glucose units, in which chain is formed by C1-C4 glycosidic linkage, whereas branching occurs by the formation of C1-C6 glycosidic linkage. Structure of glycogen is similar to. Now, this is the question which is repeated many times in the previous year also. Now we'll look into the options. So what we need to understand is, so it is C1-C4 glycosidic linkage and C1-C6 as a branch point. So the structure of glycogen is similar to what? That means like amylopectin structure. So you can recall amylose is a linear portion, amylopectin, so where there will be alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage in the linear chains and the branching occurs at alpha 1,6 branch points. So hence, so the information given is correct with respect to amylopectin. The correct answer is answer 2. So we'll move on to the next question. Which of the following polymer is stored in the liver of animals? So we know that in animals, the storage polysaccharide, if we take, so it is glycogen. So glycogen is stored in liver and adipose tissue. The correct option for the question is, so it is amylose, cellulose, amylopectin, glycogen. So glycogen, so is the animal starch or the polysaccharide, so which is stored in liver and adipose tissue. The correct answer is, it is glycogen. We'll move on to the third question now. Sucrose, a cane sugar, is a disaccharide. One molecule of sucrose on hydrolysis gives. We know that sucrose is made up of alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. So with a glycosidic linkage of alpha 1,2 glycosidic linkage. Now if you look into the options, a molecule of sucrose is made up of, the first option, 2 molecule of glucose, which is not correct. 2 molecules of glucose, 1 molecule of fructose, which is wrong. So as it is a disaccharide, it should be 2 monomers. 1 molecule of glucose, 1 molecule of fructose, which is correct. 2 molecules of fructose, which is wrong. And the correct answer for the question is, so it is option 3. So we'll observe the next question. Which of the following pair represents anomers? So you can recall the concept. So anomers, so differs only at anomeric carbon or functional carbon. So it differs at anomeric or functional carbon. Apart from that, all the configuration will be similar. Such isomers, so where the difference lies only at the functional carbon or anomeric carbon, are said to be anomers. Now we'll look into the options and we'll identify which are all the anomers. Now here it is, so it is given in the representation form like this. So we'll just number in one structure to relate in all in the same way. So 1 to 6 carbon atoms here, again 1 to 6 carbon atoms. Now if you look into the positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just observe. So the functional group is same. Next, second carbon, third, fourth, fifth, like that if you analyze. So there is a difference at second carbon. But it is not an anomer, it is an epimer. anomer to consider, the functional carbon should involve in cyclization and the position of hydroxyl group on that should differ. Since it is not. If we look into the second structure, so again the functional group is not involved in cyclization, anomer is not possible. But if you see the differences here, so on the second carbon the position is different, third carbon it is different, fourth and fifth also it is different. So that explains that. So these are the structural isomers and not anomers. Next, if you observe the third one, so the position of the groups OH, OH, second carbon, third carbon OH, OH, fourth carbon, and fifth carbon's hydroxyl group is involved in the linkage with first carbon carbonyl group. So hence, so these represents the anomers. So it is alpha D glucose and beta D glucose. And if you observe here, so on the anomeric carbon atom there is a difference, but apart from that, so the second carbon is also not having the same configuration, hence it is not an anomer. So anomer to consider, all the remaining positions should be, the configuration on the remaining carbon atom should be same, and difference should be there only on the functional carbon. So hence the third structure represents the anomers. This the correct answer is answer 3. I will move to the next question. Proteins are found to have two different types of secondary structures. So we know that. So two types of secondary structures are alpha helix and beta pleated sheets. If you observe, alpha helix structure protein is stabilized by. So we have given importance. So when we are learning the structural level of proteins, as the bonds are given with significance or attractive forces. Now in the primary structure, peptide bonds which holds the amino acids together. In the secondary structure, whether in alpha helix or in beta pleated sheet, hydrogen bond stabilize the structure. In the tertiary structure, along with that, there will be additional electrostatic force of attractions or van der Waals forces and the functional assembly of such tertiary subunits to form quaternary structure. Just recall that. Now it is with respect to alpha helix or beta pleated sheet, the force stabilizing the structure is hydrogen bond. And the correct answer is, so it is option 3. We'll move on to the next question. In disaccharides, if the reducing groups of monosaccharide, that is the aldehydic or ketonic groups, are bonded, so these are non-reducing sugars. So which of the following disaccharide is a non-reducing sugar? So we know that if the anomers are involved in glycosidic linkage, so then they are reducing, that is non-reducing. If any one anomeric carbon atom is free, then it is said to be reducing. Now if we look into the options, the first one, now this is the anomeric carbon atom. Again, this is the anomeric carbon atom. This is free, hence it is reducing sugar. And the linkage alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. So it represents the structure of maltose. So if we observe the second structure, the first one is, so it is glucose. This is the anomeric carbon atom. Or if we consider this, so this is the first carbon and this is the second carbon. Again, this is anomeric carbon. So, and it represents the structure sucrose. And we know that sucrose is the only non-reducing sugar. So because of both the anomeric carbon atoms of the combining monosaccharides, they are involved in glycosidic linkage. Here, the fructose structure, what they have represented is from the NCERT source. So what we learned in the class, so it is like this below we have written. Just observe the structure with tilted configuration it is given, that's all. So then the third one, if we take, this is the anomeric carbon, this is the anomeric carbon, this is free, hence it is a reducing sugar. So again, this is the anomeric carbon, this is the anomeric carbon. The second monosaccharide's anomeric carbon is free, hence it is reducing sugar. And the only non-reducing is, so it is option 2 is correct. We'll observe the next question. Which of the following acids is a vitamin? So here you can recall the chemical names. So aspartic acid is amino acid. Ascorbic acid is the chemical name of vitamin C. Adipic acid, saccharic acid. So if we observe, so ascorbic acid is the only acidic vitamin. So the vitamin with acidic property can be related for ascorbic acid, that the name itself will give the information. The correct answer is, so it is option 2. We'll observe the next question. So dinucleotide is obtained by joining two nucleotides together by phosphodiester linkage. Phosphodiester linkage, so which links the two nucleotides in a dinucleotide. Between which carbon atoms of pentose sugar of nucleotides are these linkages present? Now we know that with respect to a pentose sugar, if we take, so whether it is in DNA or in RNA, the positions, if you recall, it is 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, and 5 prime. So here in the 5 prime, the CH2, so with the phosphate, already a phosphoester linkage will be there. So 5 prime end, and the 3 prime hydroxyl group, either in DNA or in RNA, is undergoing linkages. Now, if you recall this structure, so then we'll try to identify the position. So the correct information is, so it is a 5 prime and 3 prime is going to involve in that is dinucleotide formation during the phosphodiester bond. The next question, nucleic acids are the polymers of. So as we discussed, so the main monosaccharide containing polymer is a polysaccharide. Amino acid containing polymer is protein. Nucleotides containing polymer will be nucleic acids. Here the individual monomers have been asked. So nucleotides will be the monomers. And if you look into the options, so nucleoside, nucleotide, bases, and sugar. And the correct answer is, so it is second option, nucleotides. The next question, which of the following statements is not true about glucose? So we learned with elucidation of structure of glucose. Just you can recall that and we'll identify all. So glucose is an aldohexose. So it contains aldehyde group and it contains 6 carbon atom, hence it is an aldohexose. That is correct. On heating with Hi, so it forms an hexane, confirms that glucose contains 6 carbon atom in a straight chain. Again, it is true. It is present in furanose form, so which is wrong. So it is a pyranose ring. The ring of the glucose is pyranose ring, so hence it is wrong. It does not give 2,4 DNP test. So as the anomeric carbon atom, so is involved in cyclization there. The free aldehyde group with respect to 2,4-DNP test is not possible. Cyclization, the drawbacks in the open chain structure of glucose we discussed. Again, this is the correct information. So for the question which is not true from the following 4 statements is, it is present in furanose form is wrong. It is present in pyranose form. Each polypeptide in a protein has amino acid linked with each other in a specific sequence. The sequence of amino acids is said to be a polypeptide chain's amino acid sequence represent which structural level you can easily recall. So it is the primary structure of protein is a peptide sequence or amino acid sequence of a polypeptide chain. The correct answer is option 1. DNA and RNA contains 4 bases each. Which of the following base is not present in DNA? That is RNA. Which is not seen in RNA is E. Thiamine is not seen in RNA. Uracil is not seen in DNA. Now, with respect to the question, the correct answer is, so thiamine is not seen in RNA. The next question, which of the following B group vitamins can be stored in our body? again, when we are discussing, so we discussed in detail. So one of the B complex vitamin which is stored in our body is vitamin B12. So it is cyanocobalamin. So why it is stored? So you can recall. So these vitamins, as they are water soluble, so this is also water soluble, but so these three vitamins so will be excreted in urine. They crosses the filtration barrier and they get excreted in urine. Whereas the cyanocobalamin, so this is involved in RBC synthesis. As it is involved in the blood cell synthesis, RBC synthesis, it is the only water soluble vitamin which is stored in our body. And the correct answer is that is option 4. Look into the next question. Which of the following bases is not present in DNA? So we know that uracil is the nitrogenous base, the only nitrogenous base which is never found in DNA and which is seen only in RNA. If you look into the option adenine, thymine, cytosine, and uracil, so the correct option is, so it is uracil. So with this, we'll try to stop for today's class. So just focus on and collecting the information about the biomolecules. Whatever the questions, if you solve, so will be helpful for theory examination 1 mark question also. So in the next class, we'll try to revise some more questions and we'll complete with previous year activity. So thank you. We'll continue in the next class.